What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Now, we've talked about the freshmen that we expect to make an impact in college football 27, but I wanted to make a completely separate video for the transfers that can make an impact. Because the freshmen, while we're projecting their development, the transfers, we know what we're getting, and we're hoping for instant impact. Now, some of these guys are going to be established stars moving to a bigger stage. Some are former blue chips just trying to reset. And some are guys that produced at a G5 or smaller school, and now they have a bigger stage to show off on. And we've grouped some of these guys together because sometimes it's not just about the player, it's about the story surrounding them. All right, guys, before we hop into it, I want to talk to you about a brand new tool for Dynasty owners called DynastyCentral.gg. And what it does is it allows you to track your Dynasty without ever having to manually enter any information into spreadsheets. And it couldn't be simpler. All you do is go to DynastyCentral.gg, sign in, upload some screenshots, it'll review them, scan them, and be done. And it's not just your roster it'll upload, it'll also take your schedule, your stats, and your recruiting board. And from there, it gets even better with the insights it gives you. DynastyCentral.gg will take your roster and recruiting board, analyze them, break down your archetypes across the roster, tell you who to go recruit, compare your players back and forth, whatever you need to help you get an edge in your dynasty. But we're not done yet. If you're not just wanting to win your dynasty, but also be fully immersed, let's talk about the auto-generated podcast episodes, news articles, and press conferences. Yes, that's right. Get news articles about your game, your league's games, just like from the Herald, and listen to podcast hosts talk about how good or bad you're doing leading your team. And don't worry, with College Football 27 dropping today, DynastyCentral.gg will support all upcoming features in Dynasty mode, including NIL, Blueprint, and the coaching tree updates. And if you don't believe me, just look at the testimonials here. Finally quit my Google Sheet for this, kicking myself for waiting 2 seasons. Screenshotted my whole recruiting board, walked away, came back to a clean dashboard. Unreal. The hard sell calculator probably saved my season. I was about to send the house on the wrong motivation. So if this sounds like something that you would enjoy, it's super easy to sign up. I'm going to put a link down in the description below. Just click it, go sign up, and start dominating your dynasties today. And why not start off where transfers normally matter the most? Let's talk about the headline quarterback moves this year, starting with Sam Leavitt at LSU. Now, Sam Leavitt comes to LSU from Arizona State, where in 2 years as a starter in 24 career games, he passed for 4,652 yards and 36 touchdowns, while also rushing for 816 yards and 10 scores. 61.4% career completion percentage, could be a little bit higher, but he was the #1 quarterback transfer this year, especially considering Brendan Sorsby for Texas Tech is out of here. Now, going into the Lane Kiffin offense, we see Sam Leavitt rated as a 90 overall, 84 speed, 88 acceleration, but looking at the passing, 93 throw power, 92 throw under pressure, 91 throw accuracy short, 92 mid, and 89 deep with 91 throw on the run. This guy is going to be able to run that Lane Kiffin offense with those wide splits, that spread with the RPOs. He's going to make quick decisions. He's going to fire the ball in there accurately and probably lead one of the highest scoring offenses in the country. Moving on to the next headline quarterback move, we've got Darian Mensah by way of Tulane and Duke. He is now at Miami, replacing Carson Beck. Miami makes it all the way to the national championship last year with Carson Beck and fails to deliver. So now they're hoping a dynamic playmaker at quarterback like Darian Mensah will take them over the top. Looking at Mensah in game, he's actually rated higher than Sam Leavitt. Now, he doesn't have the speed that Leavitt has. He's more of a pocket passer, but look at these passing stats. 91 throw power, 89 under pressure. Then you look at the accuracies. 95 throw accuracy short, 94 throw accuracy mid. This means he's going to be super, super accurate up to about 20 yards on pretty much every throw. And then past 20 yards, 85 throw accuracy deep is respectable as well. 87 throw on the run and 94 play action if you want to establish that run with Mark Fletcher or maybe even some Malachi Toney in the backfield. And then moving to the other side of the field of the national championship, the defending national champion Indiana Hoosiers say goodbye to Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza. He's off to Las Vegas to play for the Raiders, and in comes Josh Hoover from TCU. Hoover will look to run that RPO offense that Curt Cignetti has relied upon so much, and he is a processor through and through. As you can see, not super athletic, 77 speed, 79 acceleration here, but the accuracy and throwing ability is there. 87 throw power, 93 throw accuracy short, 91 throw accuracy mid, 87 throw accuracy deep, 93 play action. So you're going to establish the run with him. You're going to run a lot of RPOs. He's going to be able to fire it in there quick and get it there accurately, and possibly lead Indiana to a second straight national championship. All right, moving on from the headline quarterback moves to something that's a little bit more unique. We've got a new backfield and a new coach at West Virginia. Well, maybe not a new coach, an old coach returning. It's Rich Rodriguez. Coming from Jacksonville State, where he had been running his spread option offense, he's back home at West Virginia, looking to reestablish it. And the engine for that offense is going to be Michael Hawkins Jr., the transfer from Oklahoma. Super athletic, but raw passing the ball. But again, Rich Rodriguez runs that spread option, so you're going to be relying on his legs probably just as much as his arm. Taking a look at him here at launch, he is a 79 overall as a redshirt sophomore, but 90 speed, 93 acceleration at quarterback. And of course, like we said, very raw throwing the ball. Only 84 throw power, 79 throw accuracy short, 75 throw accuracy mid, 73 deep. But he does have 89 throw on the run. So you run those play action boots, get him out in space, and let him throw the ball on the run, and he will be more accurate for you. But he's going to get it done on the ground for you. Only a redshirt sophomore, like we said. So you're going to be able to develop those passing stats, and you're going to have help in the backfield. And that help, his name is Cam Cook. He's coming from Jacksonville State with Rich Rodriguez. And in this offense, he led the nation in rushing last year. 1,659 yards on 295 carries, also ranked number 6 nationally in rushing touchdowns and number 2 nationally with 149.6 average all-purpose yards per game. I'm talking about a dynamic backfield with Michael Hawkins Jr. and Cam Cook running this spread option. And Cam Cook got recognized by the ratings team for his performance last year. A 91 overall. I could argue that he should probably be rated even higher, but 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 91 agility, 89 carrying, 90 break tackle, only 78 trucking, but 89 change of direction, 92 ball carrier vision, 89 juke, 85 spin. He's not the best receiver out of the backfield, but you're going to be relying on him to run the ball 20 times a game. Now, we've talked a lot about quarterbacks so far. Let's talk about the guy that every quarterback wants. It's the big-time receiver, and the Texas program's got 2 big transfers this year. Starting with the University of Texas, this one hurts. As an Auburn grad and an Auburn fan, Cam Coleman. To the Texas Longhorns, a junior, 6'3", 200 pounds, instantly becomes the #1 target for Arch Manning in Texas. Taking a look at his launch ratings, again, he's 6'3", he's a 92 overall, 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 97 agility, has some good ball carrier moves for moving after the catch, 94 change of direction, 87 spin, 91 juke, and then you look at his receiving stats, 89 catching, 97 spectacular catch, so throw the ball up to him, 88 catch in traffic, 86 short route running, 88 medium route running, and 87 deep route running. I mean, you're like 1 or 2 upgrades away from getting him 90 plus in every relevant receiving category. And again, you've got Arch Manning at quarterback. This is a duo that could lead you through the college football playoff with ease. But Texas won't have it super easy because across the state, they've got another offensive juggernaut they have to deal with. It's Marcel Reed and his new receiving target, Isaiah Horton. And if the Cam Coleman transfer was heartbreaking for me, this one feels nice because Isaiah Horton has destroyed the Auburn Tigers over the years, including the Iron Bowl winning touchdown on 4th down. So good riddance to him. 6'4", 208 out of Nashville, Tennessee, now playing for Mike Elko and Texas A&M. Taking a look at his launch day ratings, again, 6'4". He's an 87 overall with 92 speed, 89 acceleration. His ball carrying skills, not that great, but then you look at his receiving skills, again, just like Cam Coleman, 87 catching, but that spec catch is up. 92 spectacular catch, 86 catch in traffic, 82 short route running, 85 medium, and 87 deep route running. Throw him on those backside posts, throw him on the streaks, throw him on the digs. He's going to make the catches for you and probably bail out Marcel Reed more than once throughout the year. But transfer portal isn't always about quarterbacks and wide receivers. Sometimes it's about adding some big guys that can change the physicality of your team. So we've got a few big guy transfers here, starting with Texas Tech and Mateen Ibaragba coming from Wake Forest to the Big 12, looking to make an impact. As you can see here, he was rated the #1 defensive lineman in the portal by On3 and #2 by 24/7 Sports, the #8 overall among transfer portal entries by ESPN. Looking at his launch day ratings, he is an 87 overall on the defensive line for Texas Tech. Only 76 speed, but 87 acceleration. We've got 88 strength. And looking at his defensive stats, 91 finesse moves, 86 power moves, 85 block shedding, 91 play rec, 93 pursuit, 81 tackle, 85 hit power. Very good, very balanced. And look, we just talked about Texas and Texas A&M having those high octane passing attacks. So if you're Texas Tech, you need to get after the passer. Big men aren't always defensive or offensive linemen though. Sometimes they can be a tight end. So let's talk about Brody Foley, a transfer from Tulsa to Louisville, looking to make this offense a little bit more physical. 6'6", 260. And he led Tulsa in receiving yards with 528 yards on 37 receptions with 9 total touchdowns, 7 receiving and 2 rushing, the 4th most scored by a player in the AAC last year. And looking at his launch ratings, he is going to come in and immediately make an impact for Louisville. Only 80 speed at tight end, but that's okay. We talked about him making them more physical. He's got 76 run blocks, 79 impact blocking, 72 run block power, 77 run block finesse, and 75 lead block. Pretty good for a tight end. And then you look at his receiving, he's got very good route running and catching, 86 catching, 88 spec catch, 85 catch in traffic, 81 short route running, 77 medium route running. The deep route running, 65, leaves a little bit to be desired. But if you can get that medium route running up to 80, I mean, you can just send him on crossers and drags, all kinds of stuff over the middle and rely on that spec catch and that catch in traffic to carry your offense. And then moving back to the defensive side, our last big man transfer I want to talk about is John Henry Daly at Michigan. Coming over from Utah after Kyle Whittingham, the coach at Utah, comes to Michigan. He follows the coach, 6'4", 255, a perfect edge setter on defense. And looking at his launch day ratings, a 92 overall. Talk about instant impact. Only 81 speed, but like I said, he is setting the edge. 89 acceleration, 88 strength. You look at his defensive stats, I mean, 95 power moves, 96 finesse, 89 block shedding, 90 tackling, 95 play rec, 97 pursuit, 87 hit power. He's going to anchor your defense for Michigan. And like we talked about with Texas Tech and the other Texas teams, Michigan is going to need a pass rush to slow down the Ohio State passing attack that has Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Smith, and Chris Henry Jr. Now, this next part might be my favorite part of the whole video because it's not just talking about one player, it's talking about a dominant offense that got scattered throughout the country through the portal. Yes, we're talking about North Texas's offense, the #1 offense in the country last year, led by Eric Morris. He goes to Oklahoma State and takes some of his players with him, but not all. We're going to talk about those first, starting, of course, with the quarterback, Drew Mestemaker, a redshirt sophomore, so he's got plenty of time to grow. And as a freshman in this Eric Morris offense, the NCAA FBS statistical champion in passing yards per game, total offense, and yards per pass attempt. And if we look at his launch day ratings, honestly, I think he's a little bit underrated, but plenty of room to grow. Again, only a sophomore, 83 speed, 85 acceleration. He's got 88 throw power, 88 throw under pressure, 94 throw accuracy short and mid, and 90 throw accuracy deep. So if you're not throwing blues with this guy, I don't know what to tell you. And Mestemaker brought a couple of friends with him, starting off with his backfield companion, running back and fellow sophomore Caleb Hawkins. As you can see here, set the FBS record for most touchdowns scored by a freshman with 29 in 2025, led the nation in total touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, and scoring. And now he finds himself again as a sophomore at Oklahoma State with the same coach, 91 overall in the backfield, 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 90 break tackle, 82 trucking, 88 spin, 90 juke. But what's super important in this offense is he's got some receiving skills too. 77 catching, 72 catching traffic, 75 short route running. because they do run an air raid. And while they will run the ball when they need to, they're going to throw it a lot. So it's very important that he's able to catch out of the backfield. And the other friend that Drew Mestemaker brings with him is wide receiver Wyatt Young, a junior, not a sophomore, but All-American first team and all-conference first team last year with North Texas at wide receiver, and now he comes over to help out Mestemaker. 6 foot, could play on the outside, could play in the slot. Looking at his launch day ratings, he's got 90 speed, 95 acceleration, 93 agility. So not a super burner or anything, but man, look at these receiving stats. 90 catching, 88 spec catch, only 81 catching traffic. So maybe I avoid putting him in the slot, maybe run him at Z, but 96 short route running, 93 medium route running, 89 deep route running. He can also return kicks for you. He's got 92 change of direction, 86 ball carrier vision, 85 spin, 87 juke. Just a great addition. So you've got quarterback, running back, and receiver transplanted from North Texas to Oklahoma State. But a couple of North Texas guys went somewhere else. And that somewhere else is East Carolina University. First, starting with running back Ashton Gray. Now, of course, Caleb Hawkins was the star, but Ashton Gray had a pretty good year, and he's coming in as a redshirt sophomore, and he's able to kind of develop for ECU. He played in 12 games, rushed for 383 yards on 58 carries, but he had his first career 100-yard rushing game in the New Mexico Bowl against San Diego State. So really left a lasting impression at the end of the season last year. He's going to come over to ECU and try to help out immediately. Looking at his launch day ratings, a 77 overall is pretty good for ECU. 85 speed, 91 acceleration, 83 break tackle, 80 carrying. So he's not the quickest in the world, but he's pretty balanced all around. 79 spin, 80 juke, 71 stiff arm. You can really go whatever way you want with him. Develop him into a power back, keep him well-rounded, develop his receiving and shiftiness a little bit. But again, only a sophomore, and he comes over with a teammate. And that teammate is wide receiver Landon Sides. He is a senior, 5'11", 190, but he's going to come over and make an instant impact for ECU, help you win some games year one. He did catch 88 passes for 1,092 yards and scored 6 touchdowns last year. So a very productive receiver, comes to ECU as an 82 overall on launch day, 89 speed, 92 acceleration. This is somebody I could definitely see you putting in the slot, even though his catch and traffic is a little bit low. He's got the shiftiness, 83 spin, 87 juke. He's got 85 short route running, 80 medium, and 75 deep, 79 catch and traffic, 87 spectacular catch for a 5'11 receiver is wild, and 85 catching. And again, he can also return kicks for you. Now, speaking of G5 teams looking to rebuild or reload, let's talk about South Florida. Their head coach got poached. Alex Golish, gone to my Auburn Tigers, along with his quarterback Byron Brown and 90% of the rest of the team. So who do they hire? Brian Hartline. He comes from Ohio State, having played there and coached all of these great receivers they've had lately. He's really built himself up as a hot commodity, and he wants to win immediately. So he started by getting a few guys in the transfer portal, including Michael Van Buren Jr., a quarterback who signed with Mississippi State out of high school, transferred to LSU, played a little bit there, but never really could get the playing time that he wanted in the SEC. The talent is there. He comes in on launch day with a 75 overall, which isn't super expiring, but you got to look at the raw individual stats. He's got 85 speed, 88 acceleration, so he's going to be able to get away from the pass rush. 88 throw power is definitely serviceable. I mean, it's only one less than what Drew Mestemaker had. Now, his throw under pressure, not that great, 72 overall. His throw on the run, 85. So maybe you get a lot of rolling pockets, you get him on the run some boots, 83 throw accuracy short and 80 throw accuracy mid. You can work with that. The 74 throw accuracy deep, not super crazy about, but he can work really well in this system and really help ensure that South Florida doesn't have a big drop off from Golish's era. And that help is going to come from wide receiver Bryson Rogers. I told you Hartline came from Ohio State. Rogers played in Tampa in high school, but signed with Ohio State as a 4-star wide receiver coming out of high school. And look, we know Ohio State's recent track record with wide receivers. So if they took him and signed him, they had to think really highly of him. And obviously they did, because Brian Hartline got him to transfer to South Florida. He's a redshirt junior, 6'2", 192. Looking at his launch day ratings, an 80 overall, very good. 91 speed, 93 acceleration. We take a look at his receiving. 79 catching is not inspiring, but it's in the range where you can upgrade it pretty quickly and get it pretty good. And then 85 spectacular catch, 76 catch in traffic, 79, 80, and 82 route running. But Hartline didn't only bring over offensive talent from Ohio State. He brought over some defensive talent as well, including CJ Hicks, who was a 5-star prospect coming out of high school all the way back in 2022. Now, he got some playing time with Ohio State, played in 12 games, 13 games, 15 games, but last year he did decide to redshirt so that he could retain 1 year of eligibility. He's a grad student, and he follows Brian Hartline to South Florida to try and get some playing time and make a name for himself. And if we take a look at his launch day ratings, his talent does shine through. 84 overall day one for South Florida. Now, he's listed as an edge in game, and he will do that well. 87 speed, 92 acceleration, 88 agility, 87 awareness. You come down here, 71 power moves, 75 finesse moves. Isn't super inspiring. 74 block shedding. If it was me and I was playing as South Florida, I think I would move him from edge to linebacker and user him, because this block shedding and stuff isn't that great. He is in his final year. He does have 88 play recognition, which is great. It'll help him decide whether to play the run or the pass as a linebacker. And then his man and zone coverage are a little low, but if you're using him at 6'3", it doesn't really matter what his coverage ratings are. His raw physical skills are what really matter. And I mean, when you're talking about South Florida and building them up, he could be their biggest impact player on defense this year. Now we're going to close it out with some blue chip guys that are looking for a reset or a fresh start. Some guys where the talent was always there, but now the situation might be right to let it shine through. And we've got two guys from Tulane, starting with Destin Hill. He comes to Tulane by way of LSU and Florida State, a super talented prospect coming out of high school who just has not been able to produce at the college level. Now he comes to Tulane, he's got a fresh start, and as a junior, he's a 78 overall. Let's look at the raw skills though. 93 speed, again, he's 6'1", 94 acceleration, 92 agility, 89 juke, 84 spin, 90 change of direction, and then the receiving is where he gets a little bit raw. 75 catching, 86 spectacular catches, great. You're really gonna want to work on building up his route running, especially if what they've said about the hand checking and the defense is true, where speed isn't everything. You're really going to want to work on building that route running, but the expensive stuff, the speed, the agility, the acceleration, that's already there for you. So it's a pretty easy build up to get him to be a really productive receiver for Tulane. But that's not all that Tulane added. We also have Jalen Lucas, a redshirt senior coming over from Florida State. Only 5'9", 170. He is your gadget guy though. Super explosive, put him anywhere on the field. Day one at Tulane, he is a 77 overall, 92 speed, 94 acceleration, 90 change of direction, 83 juke, 82 spin. Again, his receiving stats, not the best, but you can really put him wherever you want. You put him at slot, throw him a bubble. You put him in the backfield, run the ball with him a little bit. He's going to be all over the field, and of course, he is a kick returner as well. So another weapon for Tulane in their post-John Sumrall era, looking to rebuild. You've got Jalen Lucas and Destin Hill looking to finally make an impact on the college level. Now, if we look on the defensive side of the ball, I want to mention Tabron Benny Powell. He signed with Notre Dame coming out of high school, and Notre Dame has a history of putting good safeties and DBs into the league, but he just really never could break through and get that playing time. So he's transferred to Boise State. He's a redshirt sophomore, so he's got plenty of room to grow, which is great because day one, he's not starting super highly rated. He's a 69 overall, 6'1". He's got 88 speed, 91 acceleration. So he's got the physical talent to really grow, because the stuff that you're going to want to spend points on is the stuff down here. Man coverage, zone coverage, tackle, catching. This is a guy that I could definitely see being used as a sub linebacker, so somebody that you're using in year one. And then as you build him up, you increase these ratings, you can throw him back at free safety on top of your defense, let him play center field. This is a guy who can really grow into a centerpiece of the defense for Boise State. And the last player that I want to talk about, maybe somebody that's familiar to you if you've played a lot of College Football 26 Dynasty, because he always ends up in the transfer portal. It's Aaron Noland. And what do you know? He ended up in the transfer portal in real life. A former top quarterback, signed with Ohio State out of high school, never got any playing time in that year, so he transferred to South Carolina. Unfortunately for him, there's this guy named Lenoris Sellers at South Carolina who's pretty good at football. So he transferred again, and now he ends up at Memphis. Memphis starting fresh with a new coach and a new quarterback. Look at him, day one, 75 overall, which is pretty good for the level that you're at with Memphis. He's not a dual threat quarterback. He's more of a pocket passer. He's got a little bit of mobility, 78 speed, 84 acceleration, 79 change of direction, 77 juke, 73 spin. That carrying is a 61 though, so you better slide down. But really where he shines is in the pocket. 88 throw power, 86 throw accuracy short, 85 mid, 81 deep, 78 throw on the run, and 75 play action. So really the things holding him back from being like a really solid pro style / spread quarterback is the throw under pressure and the play action. His throw on the run is a little bit better, so instead of hanging in the pocket with him trying to throw it while you're getting hit, you might want to try to extend the play a little bit. But again, he's not really a dual threat. He's a guy who's going to sling the rock all over the yard. And now that he's in Memphis, has a chance to play, maybe that natural talent will finally shine through. So those are some of the big transfer names that are going to make an impact and help change programs. And I hope you see now why I wanted to separate them from the freshmen, because some of these guys are rated super highly and ready to contribute even at smaller programs. And again, some of these guys are obvious stars, some of them are not, and some of them are about the storyline, like the South Florida reload, like the North Texas offense being spread across the country, like the former 5-stars like Jalen Lucas and Aaron Noland finally trying to break out. That's what Dynasty is really about, the storylines. So let me know in the comments down below. Let me know who I missed, especially those deep cut transfers, because those are the guys who are normally the most fun to build a dynasty around. As always, you're super appreciated. We will catch you next time. Peace out.